It has been a funny few weeks. Obviously we're thinking about plans for the future and things like that. But today, Josh is back with me. We've got some materials. We're just going to try and crack on. We're finally going to get some work done. Josh the Basher, I put in my diary. We're going to start with insulating and screwing down the floorboards, then try and finish off the walls, and then put the cladding on the ceiling, and then think about where we're going to put some pallet on the interior. But we'll get on to that. First things first, we've got to get the floor done.
This one did lift in the middle.
Did it?
I could see light all the way through it.
Oh no.
I was kind of just thinking, don't beat the horn yet, don't beat the horn yet.
We're holding on through all the years. Looking back brings me to tears. Oh, I wanna see this through.
Not being funny, but look how unbelievably tall this thistle has got. I'm about 6 feet tall and this is about 7 feet now. That is one way to bring them all down in one go.
It hurts me head though.
Last week I had the second work party, which I didn't film because we just wanted to crack on. But what we figured out was this, the first of the windows. So these are just holding it in at this point, but we will be cladding it with the wood that we felled to go around the edges. Whatever the gap is between the size of the recycled windows and the frame will just increase the size of the padding. And then on windows like this one here that will need to hinge, we can just put hinges in here and it'll just push open like that from the bottom. Well, look at you with your goggles on, mate.
All I know is how I feel, and all I want is what is real. Oh, I'm gonna stand by you, even on your darkest days. You know that I will never change. Oh, I will love you the same.
My chest.
Yeah, fighter chest.
It was like someone was stabbing little needles into me.
Tell me how the tables turned, how I've grown from lessons learned. Oh,
The batten's down to 1.10 m. In terms of wooden beams, these ones I got for the windows, I got for 25p or 50p each from the wood store. It cost me a £5 for a whole batch. But unfortunately these ones today we had to get from Jewson's. What I'm finding is it's easy to find recycled materials for little jobs, much harder when you need them on scale, like these scaffolding boards. Recycled idea behind it, when it came down to it, they didn't have 22 scaffolding boards, so we had to go and buy them brand new. It's the same with the windows too. I think that the smaller the project, the easier it is to keep full integrity on the recycled idea. This is where I'll be sleeping tonight.
even on my darkest days, I know that you will never change.
They're going to be the window frames and they're going to be the underflooring. I've been thinking about what to do with the Patreon money. Obviously more than 100 of you signed up to be Patreons, which makes me really chuffed. And if you remember a few videos ago, we did the plan where I talked about 3 of the issues I think are important that aren't being dealt with in the normal government system: the environment, AI, and refugees. A number of weeks ago, a friend called Abbas, who's a refugee from Kurdistan, came here and was the first person to sleep in the hanging tent. He's a writer, he's never been accepted by any country, and I thought that it would be a really nice gesture as a first offering to give him the first week's Patreon money to support him with his writing, and if he managed to get it written up and published, I'll let you guys know. So Josh is carrying on with the pallets under flooring, I'm putting in the wooden frames for the rest of the windows. Inside we've got like a pallet finish, whether it be the kettle or the toilet, or what we're doing here in the heart with the electrics, with the solar, is letting people see and understand how things go together, how they're made, rather than concealing it all, educating themselves so they're one step closer to being able to do it themselves. This 50-litre tank is what I use to water the plants, do my washing and drink from, and I have to do this twice a week at the moment, and it's made me realise every time I do it I think about those women in Africa who walk miles to get their water and how much of a slog that must be, only to get dirty water which might even hurt or kill their kids. So I'm mindful of that. It also makes me realise how much water we actually use, and to be honest, it's become one of the main constraints for me building further here, because you cannot build a more complex or more orderly community without water. You can talk about buildings, you can talk about food, but literally a quality water source is everything. And kind of going once or twice a week over to the neighbours, they're so kind that they let me do it, but I don't want to be doing it more than that. Not just because it's a lot of effort, but it just kind of goes beyond the social levels. Josh leaves me to all the big jobs around here.
Even on your darkest days, you know that I will never change.
How long is it going to be till your van's finished, mate?
Probably end of next week.
How long have you been working on it now?
Probably 2 months solid.
And he'll be setting off on his adventures soon, going around Europe. If any of you guys are working on any creative projects like this, or doing something creative that needs electrics, that is Josh's main trade. And so I'm sure if you're living somewhere interesting, he might be interested to come over and help you out as well.
Oh, I will keep you safe for all of my life. And you will have my heart for all of time, even on your darkest days.
It never does cease to amaze me how wonky I can make a line. Oh, we're just tidying up. I just remember we've started a Slack group called cocreators.slack.com, and that is for everybody who has been a part of the Patreon, part of the community, coming down here to help. Basically anybody who's been actively involved in making Corcovado. To begin with, this is just, I guess, an experiment on how to facilitate community decision making from a distance using the internet. I'll put the link in below. We've missed the dinner at the pub. It's like 9:30 now, so we're gonna have to run to the co-op, get some dessert. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, guys. Either I died and went to heaven, or it's already here. This is Summer's version of the first night that I spent in the hut. I guess because it's that next level of exposure or intimacy with nature, because look above me. I'm just directly under the trees in the little hanging bed that I made with friends, and it just feels incredible. The weather is absolutely spot on perfect as well. I mean, this is pure luxury. A £10 piece of rope, a free pallet, a free ratchet, an old mattress that I got for free, a pillow and a sleeping bag. Yeah, I feel like I'm staying in something no 5-star hotel could ever give me. And the air, man, the air is so fresh. How did you sleep, mate?
Insanely good.
Yeah?
It was so good here.
We've just come back from the material shop and somehow managed to get back with all this roofing ply, 3.5mm, and some battens for the roof, and then all the earth wall. We're going to crack on and try and do the walls and the ceiling and see how far we get.
Half my heart says say goodbye.
Hey, give me 5. It's finally finished. We thought it would take half a day, but it took a day and a half. But at least the floor is now something that I can walk on, not something that makes me want to chew my own face off. It does look absolutely gorgeous as well. Awesome. Alright, that is the 6 battens in to create the bend that we're going to keep in the roof. I've got to admit, this is pretty hard work. It's not very rewarding. There's nothing new visually to see, really. I'm not looking forward to putting the earth wall, this stuff, up in above my head either. It's nothing creative, nothing interesting, it's just hard work. Just bloody hard work. It's just one of those days, isn't it? But hopefully we'll get it done. I thought I'd done the worst job. But trying to stick this fiberglass stuff into the ceiling using this membrane offcuts is not fun. That fiberglass wall is so rank. It's like, it's going in my throat, it's itchy on my skin. So that is now a third of it done. We didn't have enough Celotex and wanted to crack on. And I got the hang of the earth wool in the end. So now we're gonna try and get this 3.5mm plyboard to fit across there. First ply sheet is in. It's very thin, so it's very easy to go through the board, but I think it's a lot better than all this bloody earth wool. Seeing how the ceiling works is the last problem really for me. I now understand how the whole hut goes together, so I can carry on doing it. Maybe Josh will come back and help, but that's it, you know. I've now seen all the different bits on the general construction of the hut. This is pretty much it. So yesterday and today has been a slog, frankly. It's been hard work to get it moving forwards, but it looks so tidy now, doesn't it? The window frames are in, the ceiling, the insulation, the flooring. It's a lot of serious work. It's not very gratifying visually, but oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Ooh. And there's still plenty to do. Do check out the Slack group, give any thoughts and ideas. I will see you next Thursday at 9 PM. Take care of yourselves and look after each other. Don't run away, Phil. You're my only pet, you're my only friend. Can't we just be friends? Okay, bye, Phil.